another American crew, Hobart College on the Berkshire station, distinguished with their purple shorts and their white blades. Easy to spot, and there's a bit of steering going on there early off, Martin.
Yeah, it's always interesting off the start, even though these boats are coxed. Look at that, there's definitely a few steering issues there. What's that about then? Is it the guys a bit more powerful on one side of the boat than the other that makes it skew?
Well, you know, the nerves really get you in this regatta, don't they? And when you're sat on the start and all the instructions you've had about being smooth and relaxed, and maybe these guys just pile on the pressure unevenly, and perhaps their blades don't actually bite the water, and so they might put power down, but maybe they don't bite, and therefore one side pulls round, and the cox has to use his rudder, and of course that costs them vital speed. So the University of Virginia, and they're the crew in the foreground, perhaps got a little bit of distance to make up on Hobart College, USA. This is the race for Student 8s, the Temple Challenge Cup, and we're right at the top of the regatta course. You can see the tents all the way down this regatta course. What a fantastic shot that is, looking back at the mile signal to that amazing hill by the start, and the absolutely packed banks. It's very difficult to get down there. It takes you forever to walk through the spectators. Certainly cycling is difficult, but as we pick this race up now, past the halfway mark, it does seem that Hobart College USA have moved into a very, very handy lead of just about one length.
Different tactics here, isn't it? I mean, the racing that we see a lot of is multi-lane, 6 lanes abreast. This is, as people have said in the past, gladiatorial. Do you have a race plan, do you suppose, and you stick to it, or are you really just racing the guys on the side?
I think that's a great question, and one of the crews yesterday, the Tyrian crew in the Wyfolds, we'll see more of them later, they had a race plan apparently for every 6 strokes in the race, and that's Chris George that helps coaches there. So I've no doubt that these boys from Hobart College, and after all, I mean, it's the 5th time that Hobart have appeared at Henley Regatta, and coached by Paul Bugenhagen, and this is the crew Hobart College that we're looking at now. So the coach will know the regatta, the boys will know the regatta very well, and that all makes for a good plan down the course, and they've looked competent and in control, and I think Virginia have struggled after that steering off the start just to get into this race. They're almost there, aren't they, Martin? It just needs something dramatic from the Virginians to put them in contention for the final sprint.
It's easy for us sat here looking at these images, but you've got to try and clear that out in your head. Okay, your start wasn't brilliant. Forget that, cancel that, look to your right, and try and get ahead of these boys. And aren't they making inroads here? It's not that easy to say from this camera angle, but they're certainly shoving some water down. The tidier crew, it has to be said, looks like Hobart, although Virginia possibly creeping up. Will we have a bit of a finish here, Martin?
Well, I think a finish in prospect is what we hope for. Now, you've got that vital overlap. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from here it's around 400 metres to the finish. That's going to take these 8s just a little over a minute. There is enough water, but Virginia will have to do something special. I have to say, looking at them, their technique doesn't look the most exemplary. A lot of aggression in at the front end, that's for sure, and they're putting all their effort in. But they might need to do something a bit more special to get closer to this 8 from Hobart College, USA. So we're looking at 2 American 8s coming into the finish. On the left of your picture, the Virginians, the men from the University of Virginia. And then on the right, the leading crew from Hobart College, USA.
Hobart have gone up a gear there. You can see that they've responded to the attack from Virginia. Hobart very tidy, smooth through the water. Virginia rocking there. They're probably not going in at the same time, but they're chucking everything at it. They really aren't giving it a go. I think Hobart now have got just clear water, and they're at about the 2K mark, so there's probably about a dozen strokes left, and it looks like Hobart will go through.
So as we come through to the finish, it is the crew from Hobart, USA, who will go through to tomorrow's racing. They beat the men in orange, the University of Virginia, and the men from Hobart will face either Columbia University, USA, or University of the West of England in Friday's heat of the Temple Challenge Cup.